This is what it often feels like when young people in Baltimore look for work. We are hungry for opportunities and a chance to better ourselves, but our neighborhoods are filled with closed businesses and empty promises. For people our age, finding our first job seems like an impossible challenge. In this film, we will speak with students, employers, and politicians to try to get a deeper understanding of the issues of youth employment. We sat down with some of our friends to find out what other young people experienced.
It's very hard to find work as a young person in Baltimore. Very hard. The way the economy is right now, there's so many people applying for simple jobs like McDonald's or Rite Aid.
You could be applying for like a simple server or like a hostess or a cashier, and they want you to have all these certifications now of all this stuff. And it's hard because you gotta make the money. You have to have the money to get the certifications to make the money.
My best job experience was working in Baltimore Central Booking down on Madison Street. It was the best because the pay was awesome. You know, it was nice. And it was the worst because the environment.
And if there's no job opportunities, you're forced to do what you have to do. And a lot of children may engage in like illegal activity to get what they need to survive.
Youth Works is a summer program that gives children jobs so they can have some money in the summertime. Well, I signed up for Youth Works, so I had my hopes up and everything, thinking I was getting paid. My dad didn't have the time to go and get my birth certificate from California. I mean, I see people go out here and get a job just for having an ID or like a driver's license or whatever. But they make you get like all this paperwork just for 6 weeks of work. It was like heartbreaking. I think they should make it year-round because give some teens something to do in the summertime, but like, what about the rest of the year?
It affects Baltimore as a whole because, you know, the youth is the future for all. And at this rate, the way the youth's looking, a lot of youth are dying. So if the youth keep on dying, what's going to happen to Baltimore? Like, who's going to take over?
After hearing about the struggles of other teens, we were convinced that there just aren't enough job opportunities for young people in Baltimore. Across the nation, there's an epidemic spreading faster by the day. In 2011, the overall unemployment rate in the U.S. was 9.1%, but the teen unemployment rate was 25%. Last time teen unemployment ticked above 20% for an extended period of time was in 1981. Money is being cut for after-school programs and recreation centers are being closed. Is this what our city government thinks about the voices of young people? We decided to head up to the Maryland State House to hear about the politics behind the lack of investment in the youth. We began our journey to Annapolis to speak with 3 delegates and attend a hearing on funding for youth programs. When we arrived in Annapolis, we were eager to meet the delegates and listen to their points on the matter of where the funding for youth jobs and after-school activities are going. 2 of the 3 delegates didn't even stay for their meetings to talk with us. Fortunately, Delegate Sandy Rosenberg, who represents a district in Baltimore, did take the time to speak with us.
Hopefully we like make him want to like get interested. Like he won't look at us as like just 2 kids who are just complaining. Maybe he'll look at us like, oh, maybe we should pay attention to what they gotta say. Why I think it's important to like fund after-school programs because, you know, a lot of people complain about how, you know, there's a lot of teens on the street and stuff and how they should be doing something else, but at the same time I feel like there's nothing else for them to do.
If they don't fund these positive things that we do have, and you take them away, it's not a lot that, I mean, it'll be more negative, a negative environment that we would have. We won't have a lot of positivity, I guess. We'll be more on the street, and it'll be more of the things that I experienced because I've seen it.
Well, I mean, we respond the most to adults who can vote and if you're 18, you can vote, to people who are voters who live in our districts, the people we work for, the people who vote for us, who send us here. So it's getting, parents and neighbors, adults in the community to be in touch with us and say, this is important for our kids.
While we appreciate that Delegate Rosenberg took the time to hear us out, we were upset to know most politicians are only willing to help those that are able to vote. This sounds backwards to us. Shouldn't politicians work to win our vote by doing things to improve the lives of the young people? Was there anyone in power that actually cares about what young people have to say? Was this viewpoint shared by all of our leaders? We decided to talk to a local politician who was sponsoring legislation to make more opportunities for young people.
Well, one of the things that I've worked on my whole time in the council is to stress the importance of youth development and opportunity. We talk about how the children are the future and how, education is the key, and it's, we say how important all of this is, but then we go home at night and look out our windows and we see kids standing on the corner. Now, when that happens, almost nobody picks up the phone and calls the mayor's office and says, Madam Mayor, there need to be more after-school programs or jobs. No. People pick up the phone and they dial 911 and they say, there's some kids outside my house, I don't know what they're doing. Can you come run them off? Now, people in City Hall are not stupid or mean. They are simply responding to what they've been told by the people they work for. We actually spend less now on recreation and parks than we did 20 years ago. Now, we spend over $350 million a year on police because somebody's got to run around and answer all those 911 calls. But we spend less than $30 million a year on recreation and parks. My attitude is youth development and opportunity is public safety.
I'm saying we have to start, we have to start somewhere on putting positive things in neighborhoods, even if we don't see it as being effective. Eventually, you plant a seed, things, they grow. We were really struck by Mr. Henry's assertion that some people in power don't often see young people organizing around these issues. We decided to go to an event where lots of young people do care passionately about improving their city.
Today we're rallying for Youth Justice Sunday, which is justice for all youth. We want to stop the building of the youth jail that the governor wants to put down here.
No education, no life! No education, no life! No education, no life!
I think the city of Baltimore has a duty to provide jobs for all of its citizens, and youth are included in that. You should care about us because the older people won't always be here. There will be people that come up to replace them, and that's the youth. And the fact is, there are some youth that do care.
So a part of what we hope to do is we hope to, present a different vision of what public policy looks like so that we don't think that more police can fix the problem, but we think that improving the quality of life of people will fix the problem.
We don't want any more jails. No more jails. We want them to consider building more schools, more recreation centers, and more job opportunities for our youth.
When I was a juvenile, a little bit younger, I was homeless. So with me being homeless, I needed ways to support myself. What we actually ended up turning to, me and a friend of mine, is actually robbery, like strong arm robbery. It was an option at that time in my warped mind for me to, commit a 5-minute robbery and put some money in my pocket to eat that night. So those are the type of decisions that youth in the city are forced to make that send them down a path where their life is basically ruined. After they enter the adult system,
After speaking with Greg, it became obvious. When there is a lack of support or positivity in the lives of the youth, they are most likely to make decisions that will affect them for the rest of their lives. Near the end of shooting for our film, we heard about a big rally for youth opportunities. It was amazing to see the youth of Baltimore coming together with families and community leaders. We were proud to be there alongside so many people that care about the future of Baltimore. We need everyone in Baltimore, youth, parents, and politicians, to come together and find ways to provide more employment opportunities for young people. For our city to improve, we need your support.